Hi, everyone. Oh my God. What the hell?
We both been through a lot, huh?
I'm like, oh my gosh. Then my other laptop was acting up. Then my mic was acting up. Everything was just like,
Oh, you official. I need to get me a mic.
yeah. So I'm like, what the hell is going on over here?
Yeah. I'm like, girl, I ran here. People catching me fresh off a date.
Oh, you look nice.
Thank you. I didn't even get to
Oh,
see you
I'm
put a
looking
professional top on.
forever. I'm like, soon as I go live, soon as I press the live button, then like, bam,
Dead.
it's dead. I thought I had enough time. But anyway, thank you for joining us. I know no one's in here yet, but that's okay. That's all right. Y'all come in here. We have a lot to talk about today.
Girl, it's like pop culture been popping.
It's
It's just
been a
been.
popping mess.
I feel like there's still mess going on now that we have not covered, that we're not gonna cover because it like we'll be here all day.
Right. So I'm gonna try to pull up some pictures and videos as we speak. It's gonna be a little hard, but I'm gonna try to do it. If StreamYard acts right and this laptop acts right, I could do it. Okay. But we're gonna be talking about Jonah Hill,
Yes,
Future
Jonah.
and his toxic ass, doing the
Jonah.
usual, just being toxic. We're gonna be talking about India Arie versus Meg the Stallion and Janelle Monáe versus anybody that want to twerk. Okay. We're also going to be talking about Kenya Moore.
Yes. Can you more hair care? I'm sorry, we just gotta
Right.
do it once.
Housewives of Potomac, the brawl that went down. I know I had did a video yesterday or 2 days ago about it, but we're gonna dive into it together. But
Yeah.
all right, so let's start with Jonah Hill. Do you think that the text messages that his girlfriend posted, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I'm looking at my notes. Girl, you know me
Okay,
and my
do you think
books.
that the
You know
text
me.
huh?
Sorry, I'm like, I'm looking at my notes. Go ahead, what you saying?
The text messages that his ex posted, do you think it really shows Jonah Hill being toxic?
I just I just find I don't know. I don't know. Like, see, it's like we're getting to a place where we don't want to label everybody and their mama toxic, but at the same time, it's like, so this woman was a model beforehand, right? And he met her and wanted her, obviously courted her and wanted her to be his girlfriend and all of that stuff. And then afterwards, I mean, granted, from what I've read, it seemed like he laid his values on the line, and they agreed and she wasn't agreeing or holding up her end of the bargain. But it's like, just leave. I don't know if it's toxic, but it's also just, there's no point in if a person is not meeting you where you want to be, then you could just go. But to keep on saying you need to take down your bikini pics, you need to do this, you need to do that, to me, that's
You
just.
cutting in and out.
Oh, I'm cutting it out. Am I better
Yeah, you
now?
cutting out. Oh my
Am I better now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'm good. What part did you hear?
I don't know. It's kind of cutting in and out.
Okay, I just was saying, like, if you met her as a model and you pursued her, I just don't
Right.
understand that part. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with a girl in a bathing suit and you don't agree with what she does, then why are you pursuing this woman in the beginning? That's the part that kind of borderlines on the toxic or the controlling thing. It's like, don't try to find a girl or like a girl that goes against your grain and then try to get her to be on it, if that makes sense.
No, that definitely does make sense. That
That
definitely
don't
does
I
make
don't I don't get that logic. Like, if I'm looking for a man who, let's just say I'm looking for a dude that, you know, is
Hold
a certain pedigree, or my dog is stop acting up.
on.
But let's just say I'm looking for a man that's a certain pedigree or whatever the case. Oh, she fell out? What happened? Where'd she go? Oh no.
Can you
Oh,
hear
you're
me?
back? Yeah, I'm like, where'd you go?
No, I'm gonna just cause I have to plug this in a little bit. But you could go ahead, keep talking.
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm looking for a man with a certain level of pedigree or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to look for a dude who's like not that. and then be like, no, you gotta be this, 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 and the third. It's like that doesn't make sense to me.
It
That's
really
why
doesn't.
I could understand where it could be viewed as toxic. I could
Right.
understand the view. I could understand the perspective because you went for this girl that's not that, and now you're trying to change her to be that with maybe, I don't know, your stardom or your money to try to get her to be that way. That's when it gets convoluted and it just starts feeling as if this is a tactic. And then I know a lot of people are saying Jonah Hill is using therapy speak, which is now an upcoming thing for those type of controlling narcissistic type of people, where they get therapy and it's supposed to help you, but instead they reverse it and use that language to make it seem like they're so healed, allegedly, and then
Right.
use it on you. So it's like a lot of people are saying Jonah Hill. When I was reading articles, they were saying he's like an example of therapy speech.
Can you see the screen?
No, I can't see it.
Hello?
I'm here.
You can see the text?
I can't see it.
Oh, I don't know why. Okay. Can you see it now? Hold on.
Oh, now I can. Yep, there we go.
Okay. All right. So it says plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are
That
in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting, okay, it's getting stupid.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's getting very stupid.
So
It's
at
getting,
first, when I first seen it, I was just kind of like, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe she did something, maybe something happened, maybe they broke up, maybe she cheated. But really looking at it further, like you're asking a woman who is a professional surfer and model to not pose for modeling pictures, to not pose in a bathing suit, and she's a surfer. What is she supposed to wear? A turtleneck and long johns? Like, what is
supposed to
she
wear a
supposed to
wetsuit.
wear? And I don't know whether it was Netflix or I saw a little snippet of him really talking about his insecurities, especially with him feeling fat, with him being fat and then losing the weight and all of that. This man is hella insecure, in my opinion. I just feel like it's a red flag. It's a
It
red
is,
flag. So, like,
especially the
if a man is
friendship part.
asking you something like that, I feel like it's time to go.
Yeah, especially
It's
the
time to
friendship
leave.
part. Like, how you gonna tell me don't hang out with friends that don't hang out with friends that are in unstable positions? Who are you to tell me what friends I can hang out with? If these is my
Right.
girlfriends, just because I'm in a relationship, maybe one of my friends may be single or whatever the case may be. Maybe another one might be broke. Who knows? But at the end of the day, this is my friends. And for you to tell me to, and that's the part that got me bothered. It was like, why do you want to limit my interactions with people outside of you?
Right.
Because why are you telling me, oh, don't post pictures with surfer dudes? You do know surfing is a predominantly male sport, right? She's a surfer.
Right.
So she's going to be around men. That's just the fact. She's going to be around men in this industry. She's a model and she's a surfer and she has friends. And you're trying to take all three away from her in a subtle way. That's scary. And it's also like their relationship wasn't that long, right? I'm assuming, what was it, like a year? Do we
Yeah,
know?
I think it was like a year or two.
And my thing is this. So what happened to a learning curve? So I have a life before I've met you. You had a life before you meet me. And you want me to just suddenly, people think a year is so long. It's not. It goes by in a blink. And the first year of a relationship is really like a honeymoon stage. So you kind of float through that part. You know what I'm saying? So to now exercise these level of boundaries that I'm just supposed to adhere to so quickly, where's my learning curve? Where's my respect of my life before I met you?
Right.
Where's that part? And also, it's like you're not given an adjustment time, and that's when it starts feeling like, all right, let's just say we're not saying toxic. You just start feeling hoodwinked and bamboozled because now you liked me, you liked my photos, you did the like, you did the comments, you did the things when I was posting my bikini pics, and
Right.
now you knew I was a surfer, and you still courted me anyway. And now you're telling me don't do that. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. I thought you liked me for me. What happened
Right.
to that?
It's definitely giving insecure. It's definitely getting insecure. And I just think that women, this is just a cautionary tale for women in general. You know what I mean? Because when a man starts talking like that, it's time to go.
It's just
It's
the
time
way
to
he
go.
did it. Because you could talk. So there's ways, right? And I think this is the part where people got to understand what boundaries mean. Nobody's saying nobody's allowed to have boundaries, but there's a way in which you communicate those. You communicate those in a dating stage. You know, you sit there, you go on the first date, you have your coffee, you go on your second or third date, and you say, these are the things I like, these are my values, this is my stuff, blah 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 blah. And you see if this person's willing to adhere in a reasonable state, mental state, where there's no argument, there's no, it's either this or I'm leaving. All of that is removed, and you're just having a simple conversation. But stop. Sorry, girl. But you're having a simple conversation where you're talking about each other's boundaries and things like that. And then they could choose whether or not to participate in the dating stage. But you don't commit to me, have me think you like who I am, and then it's like not do away with all of that.
Right. I think that too. I kind of side-eyed her a little bit. I don't know if the whole Keke Palmer situation like triggered her because of that situation with Keke Palmer and the baby daddy. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch it. But the whole thing of her seeing it, like, okay, I'm gonna really show y'all an example of how controlling and toxic men can be, because this situation happened, I want to say about 3 years ago. So I was just like, okay. And then I heard that he might have had a baby or something like that. I'm not sure.
I think he had a baby.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, or he's in a new relationship. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, y'all. But I'm just saying, I just kind of felt like she was piggybacking off of the Keke Palmer situation.
It did look like it, because the timing was a little off. Because if the relationship ended, how long ago?
Right. It was about 2 years ago.
So, and now you're posting these texts, and I'm not trying to be somebody that's like blame that person, because who knows if she was trying to like have this moment to process. But it's also just like, at this point, why? When a relationship wasn't even like it was a marriage. It was, I mean, you take your licks. I mean, I have definitely been in some relationships where they have had their moments of being, not good for me. But I'm not going to go blasting them at this point. We all had boyfriend girlfriend relationships that weren't the best. But I guess I don't know what the goal was. I know she said me holding this in, something along the effects of me holding this in is doing too much damage to me. But then you release these messages where I just feel, not saying that you could keep that, but I just feel, what was the goal to release the messages then? Because I just feel like you invited more mess.
That's true. I guess it might have triggered her. I don't know. I just was just like, oh, timing. The timing was weird. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive into the whole Future and Russell Wilson thing. I feel like this has been going on for a long time with toxic Future. I just feel like enough already. Like, you're really coming for a whole man that is taking care of your kid.
Right.
A kid that's really supposed to be your responsibility. But he took this kid on as his own. And you mean to tell me your writing skills ain't really up to par, the fact that you keep mentioning this man's name? I'm just trying to figure out, like,
I can hear you. Sorry, what you said?
And they've gone on to do their own thing. Ciara and Russell, they've made more babies. Obviously, Future has made more babies and created more broken homes. So I'm just trying to figure out, does Future really want to get with Russell? Does he really want to have a baby with Russell? Because the math is just not mathing to me why he's still talking about this.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps like coming in and out.
Yeah, your internet just went in and out. It happens. It's like the storm and this buffering.
Yeah, and the storm over here is really bad. It's like raining on and off.
Yeah, it's like a dark cloud over me as well. I think it's coming to us. I'm here.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, but when it comes to you don't think this is a publicity stunt? Just to have people say, "Oh, he said fuck
I don't
Russell
think it.
before listen to the song."
Huh?
I said, "You don't think this is like a publicity stunt where he like, oh, he
But
just
it's
put that in
getting
there?"
old. It's getting old. Like this man created the Beyonce song, "Drunk in Love."
Right.
Future was the writer. He wrote it.
That's crazy.
So I'm sure Beyonce and some other people wrote it, but he basically wrote that song. So I'm trying to figure out. You ain't got no other vocabulary. You ain't got nothing else in the notebook. Like you don't have nothing else to mention, and you still like shitting on the mother of your child, her husband. Like we still mad that she leveled up. Like the math, it just is not mathing for me. You got other things to worry about
You do, because he definitely have other baby mothers. I don't know why you keep
and
bothering this
other
one.
children to deny.
I
I'm
don't
just trying to figure out.
I don't know why he keeps bothering this one. I think she must have been the one that got away or something like that. Maybe
He's
he
the
really
one that
did.
leveled up.
And that part, she's not chasing after you. She don't need your money. Russell clearly don't need your money. I don't think she's getting it. I don't know their business, but I think she's not getting any child support from him, nor does she need it. And she just moved on. Like you gave her literally a seed, and then she moved on. And I think like they're those type of men. I feel like they get a kick out of making babies with women and then having them pine over them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Am I bugging?
No, you're not. You're
I'm not.
definitely
I,
not.
I don't have a kid, but I feel like when I see these dynamics, I swear to God, I think sometimes some of these men get a kick out of having a plethora of babies or having a baby mama just so they can have them in the wing or have that like I long for you, that like to feed their ego a little bit, you know. And I think she's not feeding the ego. I don't know what his other baby mothers are doing. I don't know if they're blowing up his phone. I don't know if they want him to spend time with the kids. I don't know what that dynamic is. And I don't know what the other baby mothers is doing as far as relationships. I mean, wait, isn't the other baby mom Bow Wow's baby mom too? Jada?
Yeah.
She's fine. I don't know
Yeah.
what I don't know how her interaction
So
is
it's
with.
Bow Wow's baby mom.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, that it keeps coming in and out. It's like a major storm
It is a
in
major storm.
Jersey and New York. It's like it's so gloomy over here. So the
Bear with
internet,
us.
especially in Jersey, when it rains, baby, that internet.
Bear with us. And we
Going
want to be
ahead.
consistent. And we want to be consistent.
This is just crazy. If it's not one thing, it's another. But that makes for a good show,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
So I just don't understand. I just
get
don't
it.
understand the obsession with Russell. You
I
need to be thanking this man. He's the reason why you're not on child support with little Russell.
I really feel not little Russell. Did you just
Little
say that? You're not
Little
even calling him
Russell,
Future.
Russell Jr.
You're not even want to call him Future. You called
No.
him Little Russell.
Little Russell.
I'm done.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
Little Russell. No, I think I read something somewhere. I'm gonna say alleged because I swear to God, I read something somewhere where it was Russell that told Sierra we don't need his money.
Yeah.
He said we don't need his money because I think she was trying to put him on child support. Was she not? Allegedly, I don't know.
Yes, and he was giving her to run
Hard
around.
time.
Consistent. Allegedly, he wasn't consistent or anything like that. So,
and I think it was Russell that said we don't need his money. So that's one less.
And they don't. You need to be thanking that man. You need to be giving that man.
Russell is worth like how much millions? What over 100? I think.
I don't know, but I know recently he. I mean, the article said that he had brought her masters.
Yes, he did. I did. I saw that on Shade Room. I think.
So that she can open up create her own record label.
I did see that, Russell. And that's the thing. Why are we mad? I don't understand the culture we're in. I would like to believe men should aspire to be like him or aspire to be a decent guy. Why do we look at him like he is some problem? It's almost like people want Black women sometimes to be in mess. He's not doing nothing. You don't see him in nothing. You don't hear nothing. He barely be doing. I don't see nothing on his page. I don't see Sierra or him say nothing problematic. I don't get what is the problem with not being problematic. Why do we see this man and think that he gets a lot of hate unnecessarily? He don't even speak. He
He
don't even
really
speak.
doesn't.
He barely
He
talks.
really doesn't. And I know somebody on Facebook was just like, "Oh, what's the context? What did Russell say?"
Nothing. He never
In
says nothing.
all the years that this man has even played football, let alone all the years that he has been with Sierra, when has he said anything?
He never
I have
acknowledges
barely heard
people.
that man talk. So for people to get on Beyonce's internet talking about what did Russell say and what's the context clues,
Russell not
miss me with
saying
that because
nothing.
that man does not talk.
I barely see him do interviews, to be quite honest. What does he do? I know he does the football. I've been on his page once, and it's pretty much football, Sierra, family. That's it. He's truly, you know who he is? He's
Morris Chestnut.
yes, he's Morris Chestnut and the best man. What was his book
Yeah.
cover? Family,
Um.
God, family football.
Yes.
God, that
Yes.
is Russell. God, family
Yes.
football. So my thing
Yep.
is this: we have this man who is he is religious. He is, isn't he? He's a Christian man.
Yeah, he's
He's
Christian.
a
They both
Christian
were.
man. He believes in family, and he plays his football. Why don't we leave him alone? Why do y'all think he's a
I
lame?
don't
What
know.
makes him a lame? And Russell, what the entire hell? Like you said, to your point, he is a good influence to your son. Sierra could introduce him to somebody else. Let's just say Sierra didn't say yes to this date and she went on another rapper date. We don't know what little Future would have been exposed to, but she made sure to make
Right.
the best. And you should be proud of her. She has your son, and she is making sure to make her next step her best step. And she introduced him to a man who
Right.
got him in
Right.
football, baseball, all ball. Like I mean, the pause, but all the balls. They be having a good time at all of these functions. They just went to what, Montana or Colorado to do some
Right.
fishing trip. They are doing wholesome things. As a man who is touring a lot and a rapper, you should be thankful that you ain't got to worry about one of your kids. Because don't we got 9 baby moms?
Yes.
So
Nine baby
out of
mom.
9, you have one child and one kid that you could say for sure is in good hands. And I will say two, because even with the Jada girl, because I mean I be seeing her dancing, and she's good with Bow Wow's daughter, so I'm sure she's good with his kid. But my whole thing is this: the two that I know, you should be thankful that you go to sleep at night and know that these girls are doing what they can to make sure that your kids are in safe hands. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but at the same time, it's two that you ain't got to think about. It's two you ain't got to think about.
Right.
So why are you giving hell? Why do you want to chase this man away so bad?
I don't
Let
know.
her have her love. Like, you already did her dirty. It's not as if she wasn't in a relationship with you, but didn't you cheat? What's she supposed to do? Keep taking that back? She's not going to keep doing that. What woman's going to keep doing that? What person's going to keep doing that? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's given obsessed. It's given obsessed. It's given he's angry. It's not him. And I think sometimes a lot of men are mad they can't be a Russell.
Right. Right. So I'm
Like,
gonna
let's be
hate
mad.
on a Russell because I can't be Russell.
I can't be Russell. You're too toxic, or maybe you're too insecure, or maybe you don't know how to go to church, or maybe you don't know what to do or how to change, or maybe you're scared of change. But whatever it
Yeah.
is, it's like there's nothing wrong with this man. He don't talk. What are we talking about right now?
I know. So for people to once again make excuses for Future, it's garbage.
No, I don't got time for that. I don't. I don't. And I want him to stop. I want everybody to stop. I want everybody to just leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? For once, we got a black family. Her, Tiana Taylor. We have some good black families. Let's just leave these people alone. Let's, for once, encourage them and blanket them with love. Why are we giving toxic attention?
Yeah.
That's all I want. Child.
Oh, child. Well, next up is India Arie and the whole Janelle Monáe Meg the Stallion Essence Fest. Now, I guess India Arie, I'm gonna see if I could pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to say the whole Janelle Monáe showing her boob and everything at the Essence Fest. Me personally, I would not bring my child to Essence Fest or my children to Essence Fest. I just never viewed Essence Fest as a kid friendly. um, atmosphere, a kid friendly show.
It is. I've been, and I love Essence Fest. My year I went. You can bring kids because it's a convention center with a lot of times you get to meet celebrities, you get to get your little swag bags, you get to get the hair products, all of that stuff. And then some of the shows are mostly, I don't want to like steer the conversation, but Essence Fest gives soul vibes.
I just, because of the concert, I wouldn't bring my kid. Maybe to not the concert. Me personally, I just wouldn't bring my kid to a concert in a stadium
I
unless
just
we
think people
talking
need to
about
see the
Coco Melon
lineup.
or Sesame Street. But Essence Fest, I just don't know.
There was kids there. Everybody bear
Hey,
with us.
showing her boob. What do you think about that? And what do you think about what India Arie had to say? I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Let me see what she exactly. You said you're gonna pull it up.
Yeah, but what do you think about what she had to say?
Okay. I feel like because I've been to Essence Fest and I know exactly what the spirit of that event is, the spirit of Essence Fest when you're in it, it's just beautiful. It's black. It's women. It's a good vibe. The year I went, Fantasia performed, Queen Latifah performed, Janet Jackson performed, Lloyd. It was Remy came. It was a lot of. It was like a lot of. It was just very. It's like when you're there, you're just free. You're black and you're just good and you bugging out with your girls or flossy posse, or you got your man there. You kind of just like doing your thing. I feel like I don't see where twerking is, but I feel like that venue must have knew what they were expecting when it came to Meg Thee Stallion. And I just think that hopefully after this performance, because maybe you don't know, you thinking they hiring you. You know what I'm saying? So that means you could be who you want to be. But maybe
Right.
after this performance, she might diversify her moves a bit, where it could hit all audiences. Because the thing with Essence Fest is the range of age could go anywhere from 21 to 60. So you got to understand this audience isn't entirely down for the twerks. And they have the right to not be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of our grandmothers who go to Essence Fest, aunties that go to Essence Fest. Some of them not here for that.
I think for me, I would have to say, let me see if I could pull up her comments. Um, these women's bodies, as far as her comment is concerned. Now, listen, twerking ain't for everybody, but what gets me is how the older ones, the aunties and the grandmas, forget what they was doing.
It's not that
And
they
then they want to turn around and condemn people our age. Like, let's not forget Freaknik. Let's not forget Budweiser Fest. Let's not forget the time Jonah boat ride. Let's not forget what y'all was doing at all these events back in the day. Let's not forget why they even had to rip Freaknik off of Hulu, because y'all was turning around and suing people left and right because y'all now are judges and grandmas and lawyers and doctors, and you don't want to look a certain kind of way once the documentary dropped. So I think it was, I love India Arie, I really do, but I think it just gave an open window for the pygmishas and just for trying to just police women's bodies in my opinion.
I don't think that though, because look at the things you name: Freaknik, Tom Jordan. You know what you're going for. You know what I'm saying? That's in the name. You know what you're going for. But Essence Fest has never been that. So it's like kind of knowing your audience. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to Essence Fest, you're not necessarily, to me, when I was going to Essence Fest, I'll go to BRT for that. You know what I'm saying? I go to Trinidad Carnival for that. I go to the BET Awards for that. But with Essence Fest, you're kind of going
But
to
this is
just
my
feel.
thing though. Like before you go to Essence Fest, like you don't know who's in the lineup. Like
That's
you
why I said
know what
you
Janelle
read the
Monae,
lineup,
you know what Janelle Monae is giving.
but
You
you get
know
the
what Meg The
weekend ticket.
Stallion is giving. If somebody said Cardi B, you know what it's giving. Like, and I just don't understand how nobody has this kind of smoke for male rappers and how they exploit women
Yeah.
on their in the music videos, on stage, violating women on stage. There's never like these really weird think pieces when it comes to them. Right? But when it comes to a woman saying, I'm in control of my body, this is my show, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Mind you, you know who's on the lineup. So it's just kind of, and I love India Arie, but it's just kind of like, it's just kind of weird.
It's like, yes, you so with Essence Fest, yes, you know who's on the lineup, but you don't know who's on, like, you do know who's on the main stage, but there's
Right.
also side performances. Like, you go to different parts to go see a stage. But once again, yes, you know who's on the lineup. You do. But you also, if I am Meg The Stallion or Cardi B, I feel like the thing that Beyonce does well and a lot of good performers do well, they know how to tailor performances certain show, award shows, or certain atmospheres. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's a way where Meg The Stallion could have married the two, you know, or there's a way that Janelle Monae could have. I don't mind the boob show because I like to think it's a callback to Janet Jackson when her career kind of went to shit after that Super Bowl thing, but not went to shit, but it took a hard hit. But I like that she did that. I just wish that I just know that audience. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Essence Fest, that's just not the place. It's not that people are uppity. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but when you're at Essence Fest, you're kind of going to just be free of that, even that sexual expectation. You know,
Right.
sometimes people gotta understand with Black women, when we're out in the street or we're at the club, it's like everybody want to put their eyes on us to twerk. You know, we all twerking. Everybody should know how to twerk. We always, you know what I'm saying? Everything just is over sexualized with us. I one time went on like another Instagram, one of like my white friends. I went on their Instagram, just look at their algorithm. It's not nearly the same as mine. Black women are very sexual. I think we got it. You know what I'm saying? I think at some point, I think we got to realize. I think we did it. You know, we are there. Everybody gets that our bodies is free and that we're there to show. But when you're at Essence Fest, that's not that vibe. It's just genuinely not that vibe. When you're there, you're kind of just there to connect with your girls. You're there to not really be eye candy. You cute, but you're not really there to be like twerk it, twerk it, twerk it, twerk. That's not that vibe. So I can understand how it's jarring. That's the word I'm looking for. I could get how somebody doing the most could seem jarring at that event. So maybe it just took a minute for people to compute because that's just not what was in the secret sauce.
But it seemed like India Arie is the only one that really
Had an
vocalized
issue.
having an issue with it. I really didn't.
People agreed though, because clearly we wouldn't be talking about it if people wasn't either coming for her or agreeing with her.
But it's like, come on, we didn't see Jill Scott get freaky, and I love Jill Scott.
Her little
like,
mic.
with the sexual references, like, I mean.
But Jill Scott does it in a soul. You're talking about a soulful artist. Jill Scott does it in a way
That's the last person that I would expect it from.
It's the last person, but Jill
That's
Scott,
the last person. Her pretending to deep throat a microphone. That was like I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but I wasn't expecting it from her.
No.
I wasn't even expecting after a while Erykah Badu to come into form and really show her body and give the girls the things. I love it, but I embrace it, but I wasn't expecting it. And kudos to her, kudos to Jill Scott. But I just think that I don't know. Like, my thing is, do what works for you, but don't sit back and shame another woman for doing what works.
But it don't sound like she's shaming. She said it's everything for kids? No. It's everything for everybody? No. And that's true.
I'm gonna read what she said. So
Right.
she said the issue is what is context. Humanity does everything, but does everything belong on stage? No, she wrote. Is everything for kids? No. Is everything for everybody? No. So when we as a culture make something like this mainstream, it shows lack of discretion and discernment.
And
She did not like this moment.
in a way, I could understand because, like I said, when you're there, when you're actually at Essence Fest, that's not what you're going for. And I think that's fair. You can't tell people that they got to accept your damn twerking. I think I think that's fair to say that at this event where I'm trying to be free black natural, because they are so big on natural, free black natural woman, loving my body. But why does loving your body have to mean I gotta twerk and show a nipple? Why can't loving my body just mean I love my body and I'm just happy and wacky, wavy, inflatable arm too, man? You know, I'm just trying to be like a fun girl. And here I am reminded again about why, like, we gotta twerk, we gotta shake an ass. And I trust and believe, you know me. I love me a ratchet, but I know where to go for that. That's not Essence. It's just not Essence Fest. So I understand what India. Usually, she's the type of artist that will perform there. Like if your name and what you said about Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, they do it in a way where it's so beautiful. And that's my thing. That's what I would want to push artists like Megan Thee Stallion to do. Like if you're going to do this, this is you. Be you, boo. But at the same time, figure out how to marry it so it's acceptable for all audiences. Maybe it's not a twerk, how overt you are. Maybe it could be something else for that type of audience. Not saying you gotta hide yourself.
So you're saying like tailor it tailor your performance to your audience, depending on where
I think there's nothing wrong with tailoring it, especially when you know there is somebody's grandma there. And that's really Essence. Essence Fest, you could come across a grandmother, you could come across an auntie, a teacher, a politician. These women here have it's a different bracket of blacks. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are not going for the freakniks. You know, this is not that type of black audience. These women are probably some of them accomplished. Some of them are in those type of so they're in sororities or they're in those teas with those women. That's that audience of Essence Fest. So you can't be shocked that people aren't really 100% there when it just, they probably said Megan Thee Stallion coming. Okay.
When you say Megan Thee Stallion is coming, you say Cardi B is coming. Yeah. Like, be prepared to see ass and tits. But
even Cardi tries to fix it. It don't always work a little.
Girl.
You don't think she tried to?
But I mean, she's not being asked.
When she did SNL, that was cute.
When she was pregnant?
Yeah, she had the little full garb on.
She was pregnant, girl.
I mean, yeah, she was pregnant, but it shows you could tell her. You know what I'm saying? It shows you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but did you see her performance when she was pregnant with the second baby?
I saw the one where she was at.
She was working with Meg, and they was performing WAP, and she was pregnant.
Right, but do you see? I will say what, like, all right, 2 pregnancies, right? You had SNL and then you had WAP. You clearly know how to tailor something, so that's what you would do with certain audiences. The same way you would do the Grammys. Nobody's twerk. Like, I mean, they did WAP in the Grammys, and I was actually shocked because, you know, the Grammys be so stush. But it's just a simple fact that you just have to tailor it. Because you, like India Arie said, is everything for everybody? No. But if you're going to Essence Fest, I'm sorry. When I went, it was just a beautiful black girl experience. It just was not the time.
I don't know. I guess for me, like, it could be a beautiful black experience with it all, because we're all not one dimensional. Like, we're all not on the same wave.
I'm not taking away the twerk.
That doesn't make our experiences any less beautiful to twerk or to not to twerk, to be Christian or not to be atheist, to you understand what I'm saying? Natural hair, permed hair, wigs, no wigs. And I feel like there's a thin line when we're critiquing each other too. Um, because then for me it could get a little pick me ish. And it can fall under policing women's bodies. So the critique.
I feel like her wording made me not feel like she was policing because she explained like everything.
But where is these think pieces for other people?
What like
Where are
rappers?
these people at with
You
these
don't
think
remember when
pieces?
Oprah went on her tirade on Ludacris on her show? They did that back when Snoop Dogg released Dog Pound. Them men been catching that for years. We can't sit there and say that, but they don't care. That's the thing. They don't care.
I don't feel like they've been catching it for years because they're the ones that are in charge of these record labels that push sexuality, that push drugs. Um and so I don't feel like because of patriarchy that they really are getting the business that they should be when they are really in charge of these record labels that sign these women. You know, we want to blame the women, but it's the men that are behind a lot of that. A lot of where you get Janelle Monáe, for instance, she was wearing suits to um, really just give her parents props, the working class props, and then all of a sudden she shifted, and now she's showing her boob at Essence.
Because she said her thick season. That's what she said. I'm in my
right. So it was something in her that went, okay, I want to change, or I want to come into myself, or the albums, the singles is not selling. You know, maybe I need to go this route, or really come into form to really sell, to really get attention. That could be it too. I don't really know. I actually have to watch the interview with her on a Breakfast Club. But
yeah,
we see the ones that are pushing sex.
Yeah, it's like we know this. We know that they push sex. We know all of that. And I guess like just to stay on the Essence Fest thing, it's just I'm not even mad at the nipple thing because it was covered. It is what it is, you know. I'm not mad at the nipple thing, but I could see points. I could see both sides. I could see it because I've been, and had I not been, I probably would have been like, "What are you talking about? They can't twerk," because I didn't have that understanding until I was sitting in that audience that this is not. I get it, like, you know, if I was to see a bunch of girls twerking at an Essence Fest, it's kind of like, what's happening here? It would just kind of give you that, like a little pause if you were actually in the space.
But so her immense, I hope I said your name right. I'm so sorry. She says exactly there's a time and a place for it, and that was not the time and the place.
It just wasn't it, and it could be. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to take away women's right to dance however they want to dance. It's just that once again, as an artist, you just might have to learn how to just be you, but tailor it in a way where it's digestible for that type of audience. Because when Remy came, we know Remy could curse up a storm and all of that stuff sometimes. She was different. That's what I'm saying. Like, I saw how some of them were different for Essence Fest because it's just a vibe where you just feel positive about being a Black woman and not.
I get it. Tailoring it.
Yeah, you just don't. You don't have to do all of that. That's the thing. You don't have to there. You don't.
I do understand that.
Yeah.
Tailoring your show to a certain demographic, like I do get it.
To make you wider, to make you.
But I don't want that to be a stepping stone for people to start with the misogynistic shit.
No, you know? and I hate that. Once again, it was like a bunch of guys chiming in talking about.
Yeah, because you know that just leaves the door open for these dusties with the fucking podcast equipment.
Yeah,
to come running through the door. Yeah, Black women.
Yeah. This is why these women can't be wifed up. It's like, all right, still, constructive criticism could happen without y'all talking about wifey shit. Like, just simply, like what we just did is constructive criticism.
Right.
It's just, we love Meg. I want you to be wider though. I get how sometimes you gotta just spoon feed people sometimes, and that's just it. But all of that other stuff with people chiming in, it's like, what y'all talking about? That's not what we're talking about.
Right, right. Okay, so next we will be talking about Kenya Moore from
Kenya Moore
Housewives
hair care.
from Housewives of Atlanta. Her divorce, well, lack thereof. It ain't really a divorce, and how Mark Daly is actually taking her back to court
Again.
because the daughter was featured on an episode. Mind you, in that episode, we didn't even see the baby.
She was there. She came in the lobby, but we didn't see her in the room.
We didn't see the baby. We knew she was there.
Brooklyn was in the episode.
Did they bleep out her face?
No, she could be filmed now. She was in the lobby, and like her and Kenya was talking, and then but we didn't see her when Marlo kicked the door. All we heard was Kenya say, "My daughter's in the room. Why? What the heck? What the f is wrong with you? My daughter's in the room."
Contempt in court. So he's taking her to court because she's not supposed to be on camera.
She's supposed to be on camera. He's taking her to court because he's saying that now it's a dangerous environment. She won that battle to have her now on camera. But
why is he taking her to court? Why is she's in contempt of court?
She's in contempt because I think he said dangerous environment. That's why. Dangerous environment. Like now that she won to have Brooklyn on the show, he's saying once again, Marcus is being ASS. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm like, where's this woman? Okay, I don't. You fought to not have her on the show. Now she on the show,
and now you're saying it's a dangerous environment.
And it's just like I did see her in a couple of earlier episodes playing tennis with another kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's why I'm a bit confused, and it's really giving narcissistic vibes.
It's
like,
all right.
Now you want ownership of this woman's house that she worked damn hard for.
But I'm sorry. I'm so
just
sorry.
Doing the most.
I'm so sorry. I'm probably about to say some shit that people are probably going to be so mad at me. And I need Kenya Moore to understand I am a big freaking fan. Understand, girl. Big fan. But why did you marry this man so quickly? You didn't know what he was capable of. Like, I'm looking at this article, right? Because, I'm looking down because, I be having my notes and stuff in my book. And my thing is this. You met him. It said you met him in December of 2016, and then y'all got married June 2017. Ma'am, you don't know him. So to be honest, it's like to say he's so narcissistic. Had she spent 2 years with him, maybe you would have saw some flags. But why would you tie your finances so quickly? Why would you do something?
Had a prenup. I know Candy.
She didn't even get a prenup. She didn't get no prenup. She didn't get one, right?
No, she didn't. Candy was talking to her about a prenup and warning her about getting one. Like, you have a lot of assets you need to protect, and all that I know of, all this man has is a restaurant in Brooklyn.
Is it still open?
I don't know. I know he was hit hard during COVID.
I know.
But I don't know how he recovered and what is happening with that. But it's like, shouldn't you be putting this energy towards making your visits to see your kids? Not saying that he isn't, not saying that he is. I don't know this man personally. But shouldn't that be your focus, like cultivating a relationship with your kid and a healthy co-parenting relationship with your wife or ex-wife or whatever, or reconciliation? Like, whatever you're going to do, figure it out. But this, like,
you'll be right back.
On this buffer. I think he enjoys seeing Kenya suffer.
I don't know, because my thing is this: I'm sorry, I feel weird sometimes because I feel like Kenya would probably give him another chance. So if you're really that narcissistic, if he really wanted her, I think he could get her. So I don't think that's the one thing that makes me feel like you're not that possessive, because she gives me vibes sometimes with the things she say that if he was to lullaby it in any way, she would probably take his ass back. So, but it seemed like, I don't know if he don't want her. I don't know what it is, but I just don't get how we're in this position. Did y'all not learn nothing from Bethany Frankel? Like, did y'all not learn nothing from the woman before y'all? Stop marrying these people quickly. And if you are, where is your financial documents to protect yourself? I just don't understand. And then on top of that, it's like when I was reading this article, trying to do some research for what we talk, because I really wanted to get to the meat and potatoes. When she sat there and said, about her wedding. He didn't want something for show. And this is coming from the People magazine article. He didn't want something for show. He didn't want it to be left up to other people's interpretations of love. He just wanted it to be what he sees it. Him looking into my eyes and us being together. It was just two people in love who wanted to get married. There's a lot of he. First of all, Kenya, I don't buy this. I don't buy that you wanted a wedding that nobody was invited to. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I never bought this relationship. I believe I would respect her if she told me I was getting older. I wanted a child. I met a man. He made me feel good. And I got married. And I was stupid to rush this marriage. If she would have said those words, then I'm there. But all of this other, we were so in love. And what she said, I'm strong, but of course, I've longed to have someone who steals my heart. And who can I trust but to be my best friend? I've heard the love stories, and after a certain amount of time, you believe it would never happen for you. You lose hope. Right. That's why you married him so quickly. And because you married him so quickly is why you are where you are right now. Sometimes I want women to learn how to stick a pin in something and give it time. Put it in the crock pot.
But for me, it's not even just time. You have to vet, because there's a lot of people that get together rather quickly and don't wait like months or years to like get married. Like they know, but I think it's about vetting. It's about not ignoring the red flags, and because you could still wait a long time to get married, and that person could still be a narcissist. That person could still be an a-hole. So I think it's all about vetting, asking the right questions, looking at them in different atmospheres, seeing how they are in crisis. Sometimes that might require time, but it's all about vetting.
It was this. I never get the scene.
They're gonna show you who they are from Jump Street.
Yeah, I never forget the scene in Housewives where like he just kept calling her Ken, and then was like trying to like and she got so mute. It's kind of like Kimmy when she gets so into herself. I never seen Kenya like that, and I don't like that. I just feel like anybody who knows Kenya more about now, watching the shows, she is loud, she's outlandish, she's beautiful, she's fabulous. She wants to be, she's a show in her own right. And with that being said, a man needs to appreciate that and love that, just like she should love whoever he is, But the fact that she was just so reserved and so recluse and so silent, it just was weird. It just was a little weird that she wasn't her normal self when he was around. And I think that's a sign. And the fact that nobody was allowed to be, I don't even think a father went to that wedding. That's weird too. Say whatever you want to say about Robin and Juan, which I also don't care for their relationship. But when it comes down to them, at least the parents was there. I don't think nobody was at that wedding. That's weird. I think I don't want a wedding either, but I would still have my mother there. I want people there who won't see, who could okay this, who knows me and will vet him and ask the right questions. You hid that relationship too much from the world. Nobody got to ask him anything. Nobody challenged his thought process. Nobody did anything. You met him in December, got married in June. I bet you 2 months of that was you planning a wedding. Where did you know him? How did you know him?
Yeah, that's true.
What did you learn? And now you're here. And then I think most of that marriage, they were split up. Remember, they were separated for like a year before they got married.
They were divorced. They've been divorcing longer than they were actually in a relationship with. That's the crazy part. That's what gets me. Like,
this is
how?
Terrible.
How is that possible?
This is just terrible. I'm sorry. Like, this is very terrible. I just don't understand how we got to rush to this degree. And then when she sat there and said this People article, I probably would have married him in 30 days. The feelings was that strong. What feelings? In 30 days? In 30 days, you had feelings to the point. And then she said, but we wanted to wait and get to know each other. In what 6 months? Girl, you was almost 50. You cannot know somebody's 50 years of life in 6 months.
I think it's like what you said. She really just honestly wanted to have a baby.
And you could have had the damn baby. You didn't have this. You could have did a baby nup. You know those exist. You could have did a baby nup. If you wanted his sperm, you could have just did that and got it. But to put yourself in this legal detriment,
that's true,
unnecessarily when you don't know this man, and for him to just And no prenup. I'm sorry, you're still no prenup. What kind of
Yeah.
why do they show black women like this? I just want her. Faith Evans is pissing me off.
Oh my God.
Her Faith
That's
be
another
getting on
video
my
for
nerves.
another day.
I'm so sorry,
But
Faith.
speaking of housewives, we are now going to talk about Housewives of Potomac.
Child.
What I like to call it, the brawl at the
Did
club.
you see the video?
Yes, I did. I actually did a video about it, full breakdown. I'm gonna see. YouTube is very strict about the little fighting videos and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, cause see, YouTube might strike me for that too.
What you mean? Putting up the video?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could put up the video.
Girl,
But
jeopardizing our views.
oh my God, the brawl.
That was crazy. The girl, but I was like, whoo, y'all fighting. Like, I was like, girl, what in the Love and Hip Hop is happening?
I know, and Andy Cohen loves saying they're not loving hip hop, or whoever part of their team love talking about they're not loving hip hop, they're not this, they're not that. Like, you are everything.
But they weren't.
You are all of that, and then
they weren't though, and that's the thing that hurts my heart. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm one of those people. Once again, you know, time and place. Like we was just talking about with Essence Fest. I don't come to Housewives for that. If I want ratchet, I'll go watch Love and Hip Hop. If I want maybe some fights and some mess, Love and Hip Hop, I go to Housewives because I want to be bougie with my rosé, and I want to feel like I am living this fabulous life, and I am just watching you chicks be shady, and it's cute. That's what I come to Housewives for. When I see fights on Housewives, it's kind of like, once again, kind of like twerking at Essence Fest. It's kind of like, what's happening here? That's not what I come here for. I don't come here to see physical altercation. I kind of want to like decompress from that. I come here to watch the classiness. I watch all of them. I watch Beverly Hills.
Oh, they're so far from classy. These housewives are more.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean by classy, clatchet, ratchet, bougetto.
Child, I knew this franchise was going to get ghetto when Teresa Housewives from New Jersey flipped over that table.
But that was it though. Nobody was really out here fighting like that. That's how there was no interaction. There was no altercations. Where the flip, the infamous flip, when I finally saw that, I'm like, this is what y'all was over here going crazy.
No, the New Jersey people stayed fighting when the husbands.
The husbands. But the women don't be fighting. The husbands, Joe Judice and Joe Gorga, they fought. But it don't be the women. The women don't really be.
I just knew that they get ratchet.
It gets ratchet. It does. And once again, the hotness will be like equivalent to Lisa Rinna, Amsterdam, where she don't you dare talk about my husband, and she threw the drink on Kim. Like all of that was like, it's dramatized, but it's kind of like we walk that line, but we don't go there. But when Atlanta happened, when Portia pulled Kenya hair, that was like, we went there.
Yes, we did. Or even when Sheree tugged at Kim,
that was a shift. I just want to shift
at the reunion when Portia and Kenya, or
I couldn't believe
the boat ride when Cynthia and Portia. I could think of so many like.
But once again, look at who you're naming. Why is it the black franchises? I'm sorry.
I think it has to be one too.
What white one do you know where girls was hitting?
Jersey, they get them.
Who did they hit? Once again, yelling and what? Who did they hit?
No, they stay fighting.
Well, who did they hit? I want somebody. I mean, listen, I'm watching Jersey now, and I'm only in season 5. So far, I've not seen anybody get physical as far as females. I've seen Joe Judice.
I think it's just, for me, I think it's just showing that on the show.
But right, but my thing is,
I mean, you showing it on the show, you showing it on the show. They could easily edit that out.
They wouldn't edit that out. The cameras were unfortunately down.
But I think they're more than willing to show an altercation at this point. So I feel like they're more than willing to show some ratchet shit.
I think they show it if the cameras happen to be up. But when it comes to Real Housewives, I don't think they want to push for that. They're not trying to push for y'all to be
I
fighting.
think they're pretending to, and I especially think with Housewives of Atlanta right now, that I think his name is Chris or whatever. I think right now he's pulling at straws. They're just it's Housewives of Atlanta and Housewives of Potomac. They're just pulling out
I think
straws. They're just trying to get any little bit to capture the audience.
I just think Potomac and Atlanta in a place where I'm sorry, I feel bad for Potomac because it's crazy. We're talking revamp and they only had 6 seasons, I think. But at the same time, I think y'all just need to let go of some people. I don't think it needs to be fight. And also, I think that's understood. I don't get why people be like, oh my God, I'm so mad y'all let go of this person. You think they're going to be doing this for life? It's reality TV. We should be open to people coming and going. Like at this point, that's what it should be. We should not expect Portia, Nene, everybody to be doing this until they 50. At some point, these people are going to stop. And we need to be open for new cast. We need to be open for new women. That's how you keep the show fresh.
Right.
And when it came to Potomac, y'all need to let go of Giselle. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Y'all need to let go of Giselle.
And the flunky Robin.
Y'all need to let go of Robin. I'm sorry, the Grand Dame. Love you, Karen, but you got one more season to do this Grand Dame act. If you're not about to just be yourself, I don't got time for all this etiquette. It's stopping story. What's going on with you and Ray? I want to know that. What's happening with you and Ray? Is Ray getting it up? Is he not? Are y'all still romantic? Are y'all still loving each other? Do y'all not know who each other is? I want to know what that relationship looks like for Black people or people in general when you're getting old. Show us that dynamic because you know she was younger than him by a lot. So now that he's older, I want to know how y'all keeping it spicy. Show me that. But don't act as if nothing's happening in your life. I can't stand that. Charisse, we was done with you.
I don't even know why she's on the show. And why Giselle and Robin keep bringing her back.
Because they want to activate Karen. But at the end of the day, Karen ain't got time for Charisse, and she's never going to.
And I don't blame her.
That's fine.
I just don't blame her. Charisse, I feel like Charisse is pointless. And she really doesn't bring anything to the show. But bad outfits.
And wigs. Bad outfits, wigs, and eyelashes.
I'm
sorry, Charisse. I'm sorry, girl. But I'm sorry. There's a way you could get a better wig. I just think there's another place.
And she's a pretty woman. She's too pretty to be dressing like a JC Penney mannequin. Like, I don't care for Charisse. Sorry, not sorry, but
I just think that if Potomac, sometimes people reach an end, and that's okay. And Giselle, to me, is not that iconic that she can't get replaced. People act like Giselle is Nene. She's not.
But did you hear that Giselle and Stewie from Family Guy, aka Ashley,
she could go.
Is coming out with an active wear line, like a clothing line. When I look at Giselle and her ankle,
right.
It's not given active.
It's never given active. When Ashley, I could buy because she works out. I've seen the clips when they go on trips and stuff. She works out and she does her little TikToks and she got a fit body. And
but even then, I still don't see active with Ashley.
No, I don't. I said I could buy it. I could understand where she got that idea. But as far as Giselle, girl, you can't even dance. You can't dance. And I just feel like Potomac just needs a shake up. This is the only cast that the originals have just lasted to season 6. There've been times where whole original, like think about it, Atlanta. More than half of them were cut by season 3. Lisa Wu, Deshawn, they were gone. Huh?
I just feel like they are trying to shake things up, and Ashley is really trying to bring her people in there.
Yeah.
Sesame Street, aka
Deborah. Need to go back with Big Bird.
I do not care for Deborah at all.
I don't care for lying. I don't care for lying. I don't care for liars.
You lied on all of their husbands. Let's see if I could share my video Let's see. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I just don't like liars, and I hate
You
that
lied
people.
on everybody's husband, and it's like,
Happy Eddie,
girl,
Happy Eddie, and Chris trying to glide on my butt. And what
girl,
I can't
we
stand,
caught you in 4K lying on them people husband.
and what I can't stand is this community of Potomac fans saying, like, first of all, this fight happened, and why is everybody mad at Candace? We don't even know what happened, but everybody's like, it's Candace's fault. We don't know what happened. How do you know it was Candace's fault? We just saw a fight. We don't know what happened, but everybody's already saying it's Candace. But my whole thing is this: you come on here, you lie. And I hate that this fan base say, oh, well, maybe the producers ain't show everything. Those producers were so messy last season. If Chris did something, they would have showed it. They would have showed it.
Right. So, okay, so this is really what happens. I'm
You know what happened?
I know what happened. I think it stems from last season with the whole accusing other people's husbands of wanting her. To me, she looks like a thumb with eyebrows. As I said in my other video, shout out to everybody that watched this video that I'm about to play. She's not attractive, and I think she just banks on her being light skinned with long hair, real hair,
so
I'm guessing. And she thinks that everybody is either envious of her or wants her because she's just light skinned. But you're not pretty. You're not pretty inside or out. So I think Candace has been paying her dust since last season. And she's just egging her on. They didn't even bring her to the reunion, which I'm glad for that last season. But I guess this time she just got tired of it. So I guess Candace once again paying her dust, turned around, started dancing. Deborah didn't like it. They had an exchange of words. Deborah threw the drink on her.
On the girl, Kiani?
On Candace. But I think it also got on the last video, this video that I'm about to play, I charged it to my head, not my heart. I was saying that girl's name the girl's name wrong the entire time. I think it's Kiana. I was saying Kiara. I think it's Kiana. So the girl stood up and was like, pushed her. Because the drink also got on Kiana. And I guess Deborah threw a shoe. And here, I don't know if you could see. You could see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
So where my cursor is, there was a shoe that came and hit the girl in the blue. The girl in the blue is Kiana. Mm-hmm. That's Candace with the bottle.
Yeah, I saw her going like this.
With the JCPenney dress, and Ashley with the
whatever.
Whatever she got on. Tried to take the bottle from her. And then I think, oh hell, that's Wendy right there.
African Queen.
And I'm going to play it because they slowed it down. So that's Candace picking up the bottle, Sharice grabbing the bottle.
Kiani going to town.
She going to Pound Town.
Oh, that poor
on
girl.
That girl forehead. So now
dragged her down.
I'm about to pause it right here. Soon as this lady, we thought this was Giselle. I know I did.
I didn't think that. She didn't look like Giselle at all.
The lady grabbed her hair and pulled her down. First of all, this lady right here need her ass whooped.
All the way.
You two for cussing, but you need your ass whooped because now it's turning 2 against 1.
Yeah, that's not. That's
now y'all trying to jump her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this girl, I forgot her name. I had mentioned it in this video. This girl, all of a sudden, want to make her Instagram private. No, girl, come outside. We ain't gonna jump you. Make it public. Make it public because you know you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Pulling this girl down. So it's a step right here. So I'm thinking this is the reason why Kiana had to be rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, because look at where they fell.
Look.
Even is that the producer? I think he okay?
So all these people fell on her, and she was still getting to work.
Yeah,
she was still getting to work. All this stuff she fell on. I'm surprised she didn't break an ankle.
By the grace of God, of God.
But that lets you know, Deborah with her big behind. I thought she was a cameraman at first, but. Like, girl. And then they turned around and wanted to spin this narrative as if she won, paying the blogs to come forth and say that, you know, Kiana wasn't even involved. Her getting involved made it worse. But Deborah ate her up. Deborah won. And then it's like they didn't expect someone to be filming. That's why they ran to the blogs, allegedly. They ran to the blogs and told the blogs that she ate Kiana up. And it's like, girl, we caught you.
We did.
We caught you. Big Bird, we caught you. Cookie Monster,
it looked like you. If the velvet rope wasn't in the middle,
honestly, in 4K, we caught this girl getting beat up.
If the velvet rope or whatever that was separate, because it didn't even look like Deborah was in the section. It didn't even look like she was in the section with them. It looked like she was on the outskirts. Am I
Had that girl not pulled her?
Yeah, she would have got that word.
She would have really. She would
have.
Is that Karen? Huh?
Is that Karen?
No, that's not Karen. That's the Ashley's other friend. And I.
And once again, this is what I mean. First of all, if this cast would have got what we all said, this wouldn't have happened. Why is Ashley? Listen, if you're not going to show us nothing about your divorce, then I don't care to have you on. Focus on that. Why are we focused on Chris? You have a divorce coming up. Karen, you got Ray. Giselle, you ain't got shit. Robin, I don't even care for Robin and Juan. I don't even care to hear what's happening with the girl.
They're roommates.
I don't care. I genuinely do not care about Robin.
But it's like, why should I focus on my own drama, my own mess, when I can focus on yours?
And make up some crap about one of the most loved housewives' husbands? We all listen, I was not a Candace fan, to be honest. I thought she cried too much. Right. But the one thing I will say, I always liked Chris. I always thought Chris calms her down a lot. And I appreciated him as a husband to her in that environment. He's very supportive. He tries to make sure she's calm. He gets her to think. And I appreciate Chris. When y'all started them lies on Chris, I'm like, okay, no. Now I'm going to ride on the Candace train. Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I never believed it. I didn't even need the footage. I just think all of it was lies. Giselle, because you ain't got nothing going on. You never have nothing going on. Robin, and I don't care. I genuinely just don't.
She really does not have anything going on.
She never has. What does she? I hate when people compare her sometimes as if she's some iconic housewife that always need the first seat. She didn't put in enough work for that title. She could be an original.
But this is what they do. I don't really want to show my skeletons in the closet. So I'm going to make up some stuff. I'm going to throw people under the bus. Yeah. Ashley is really trying to push out, in my opinion, Candace and Wendy and get her ugly big head friends in.
And don't nobody even want you.
I hate to call people ugly.
Don't nobody even want you. I'm sorry. Ashley to me just seems like she's too game. You know how you just seem like you're hype you're on the show? She's not even playing it as if she's just on the show. It's even when she
always seemed thirsty from her first episode.
Seems like she's thirsty for a scene, like she knows the camera's on. That's not how you play it. Girl, you need to study from the book of Phaedra Parks, from Cynthia Bailey. You need to study from these women who don't act as if the camera's there. They are who they are. Show us that. Show us Michael Darby. Tell us his secrets. If you're not telling us that,
she can't show Michael Darby because then you're gonna have to show all of these allegations, and it's like she tried to gloss over that.
And that's why you don't need to be here.
Candace and Chris, and it's like
then that's why you don't need to be here.
Your husband or ex-husband or whoever he is to you today is out here doing some outlandish stuff, but you want to bring out and make up lies about other people's husbands to make your husband look like what? We ain't forget.
And I love
forget your husband was touching people's ass. We ain't forget that.
Allegedly.
Well, it was on the show.
It was on the show.
It was on the show.
But I will also say the thing that I love though is when Candace ate her up gracefully, when she sat there and said, maybe you need to speak to another woman because, in your past, you have had men that have done certain things that put you in a place where you can't trust their word. I don't need that. I don't need that. And I wish that for you. When Candace ate her up with that in the kindest way, I wish that for you. I wish you could find someone that makes you feel like you don't need to talk to someone else because you just trust your man. Ashley just sat because it was nothing to say. It's true. And in fact, and because y'all never had nothing good, y'all are attacking these two women, Wendy and Candace, who got good husbands. And you're trying to scare them off the show because y'all ain't got nothing to look at. Giselle, where's your man? You ain't got no man. And I'm not, and listen, and I'm not one to sit there and say you need a man to be a woman. That's not what I'm saying. But my thing is, don't disrespect somebody else's husband, and don't sit there and, what if Candace was an insecure woman and that dragged them to divorce? You would be happy with that?
Of course she would. Misery loves company.
And that's crazy to me. How are you going to be happy to know that you made up a lie that could get these people that probably could have made it into a divorce court if she was any lesser of an insecure woman about her husband? Y'all was about to damn near ruin this woman's marriage. This is not funny. It's not okay. Y'all need to, and that's why I wish Andy or whoever was in charge would have put them on pause. Maybe not came back for a season, but that's, if you got real shit to talk about, then say the real. But don't make up lies. And then for this girl to still, this Deborah chick, this Sesame Street, for you to still get airtime, it's almost like y'all were rewarding that storyline. That's not cool. Nobody liked it. No fan base liked this season.
Nobody liked it.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked that season. That season felt yucky. That season felt orchestrated. That season felt like a mess. It felt like a mess. It was unnecessary. No one liked it. So why is this girl here? Why is Deborah on the show? Why is Ashley on the show? Why is Giselle on the show? I'm sorry. Y'all needed a punishment. I believe that there should have been a punishment for that. There should have been a punishment.
Andy Cohen ain't punishing them girls, but
he does though. You punish other franchise women all the time. Why you can't put this one on pause? Lisa Rinna's not coming back for Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So why you can't sit there, and Lisa actually contributed way more than
I think with the last season, yeah, they definitely should have been demoted, in my opinion. But I feel like this character here, Deborah, like you're not even the friend of the show. Like you're literally nothing to the show, and you think that you have to be this person to like get a spot on the show, and it's just not given. And I feel like Ashley in my opinion, my observation, I feel like Ashley put the battery in Deborah's back. Like, this is what you need to do to get on the show. This is what we can do so that y'all can take their spot. And it also reinforces the colorism shit that we was calling out last season.
And the fact that conversation and the fact that so now your light-skinned friend could come up in somebody's section and start some mess. Yeah. What y'all gonna say about Kiana? She's the aggressor? She's in her space. I don't know what happened. So let me be quiet. But my whole thing is this. I am sick of that. And I remember when Carlos King, we about to say our good friend Carlos, but I remember when Carlos King cried, talking about how they did not really have that deep conversation about colorism.
Are we expecting a white gay man to really know?
It wasn't about the white gay man. It's about the fact that even Giselle and Robin and Ashley was just resistant. How y'all resistant?
But why didn't Andy Cohen get someone in there?
I think so.
To mediate.
I think
that is well versed in our culture and what colorism is. You allowing them that are perpetuating colorism on your show to navigate the conversation?
This is true. This is very much so true.
That is beyond me. And it's not like the budget wasn't there to hire somebody. They hired Nicki Minaj.
They could have got her back.
The reunion.
They could have got her back.
So you couldn't get nobody to facilitate that discussion the right way. Not only mend the relationships on the show, but your viewers that are now not going to tune in to this season the numbers are not going to be numbering, like I said in the other video, because
I think the first 3 episodes will number because of this fight.
He didn't make an amends with the viewers that are
No, he
feeling
didn't.
some type of way.
We are feeling some type of way. We feel like our feelings and our voice was not heard. And granted, I'm also trying. I understand as a producer, you're not going to hear everybody, but to bring everybody back, that didn't make no sense. Robin, especially, you lied the entire and I don't care what. Let me look into the camera, Robin. I'm not buying your story. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. Your man went to the hotel to pay her bill. There is Zelle. There is Cash App. There's PayPal.
Child. Robin is a liar. Robin is a whole liar, child. Out here. I don't think. Yeah. Hello?
I'm here. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
No, but my thing is, with all of these technologies, Robin, I am not buying it. I'm not buying it. And for you to sell us that crap, you really think we're all dumb. So you could go. I'm so sorry. I just don't care to hear another season of Robin and Juan. I don't care. What would be your dream cast? I just want to know. If you could pick anybody for the Potomac.
I don't really care for Candace, but she can stay on the show.
So that's Candace.
I guess.
Who else?
Definitely not Giselle and Robin. I know in the YouTube streets they've been calling her Robert, but I feel like she doesn't need to be on the show.
No, she's been boring since season 1. She's been very boring.
I just feel like it's too many amazing people in DC and all of that.
They might not want to do it though. DC is very weird. DC, believe it or not, I heard is very weird when it comes to like fame, especially Potomac. There is a lot of money in Potomac, but a lot of people don't want to be on camera.
So I see that somebody had commented on the video and saying, I don't think Yellow was trying to pull her down, nor was she the reason someone caved in and they all fell. Girl.
Did you see the video?
I know what I saw.
We're looking at it. Rewind it.
My glasses ain't big for nothing. I know what the hell I saw. I slowed down.
Look at that. Rewind it. What are you talking about? That's not like do people's eyes work?
I mean, I don't think people be paying attention. It
Look
was
at her.
slow motion.
There's a way to break it up without you having to grab the back of her hair and drag her down.
She pulled her
down and dropped
her. Look at her hand.
No. That was intentional.
Man, don't lie to me.
I don't know who that woman in yellow is, but that was intentional.
That was Ashley's hairstylist. She claims she's a celebrity hairstylist, but the numbers on her Instagram are not numbering. I'm not saying my followers are out of this world, but when you talk about your celebrity hairstylist, whose hair?
Show us pictures.
Ashley's? You do Ashley's hair?
I mean, technically she is a celebrity.
But whose hair are we doing?
Ashley is not your best spokesperson, to be very honest.
And if you're doing hair, why you didn't get the right ponytail? Like, this question, you know?
I don't know. I just feel when it comes to Potomac, I just think, like I said, Karen, you got one more season with me. Giselle, I wish you could go. Robin, I wish you could go. Charisse, I think your time is done unless you're going to bring something new.
I don't know why Charisse is there.
I miss Katie.
I loved Katie.
I miss Katie, but I know she needs to work on her mental. But I miss her.
She can replace Ashley or if you keep Ashley, bring back Katie.
Yeah. So if I was to pick, let's think past and present. Candace has earned her way back into the season. Karen, you got one more for me. Wendy, Mia. Only because I want to know what's going on with this bankruptcy.
Oh, you know she not. You know she ain't gonna say it. These girls don't waste our
time. Don't waste our time. Mia, this is your Mia, this is your time.
They're never gonna tell the truth.
Mia, this is your time. Because I actually do like Mia in a kooky way. She's a good, if she does it right and not kiss Giselle in his ass and she just be herself, I think she got it. For some reason, I see it in Mia. I see that she got an iconic status to me. She gives me Kelly Ben Simone, like that kooky, whatever, but she has sense. But she's also funny. Oh, hey, Pimp, the hoe is here. Like, she's just a funny girl. And I think you got it, but you gotta be yourself. You have to be yourself and stop hitching your ride to Giselle. It's a sinking ship. Stop it. Stop hitting. It's that colorism crap. Go with Wendy. Go with Candace. If you had to pick a team, don't go with Robin and Giselle because it's a wash, you know. And they're never going to accept you. They're never going to accept you. They're only going to be friends with each other. But I said Candace, Karen, Wendy, because Wendy gives me that good black love, and I need that. And Mia, I would love to see Mia be Mia. Be Mia. Give us Mia. And who else is left? Maybe Ashley, only because I need to see this Candace and Ashley dynamic. But she could be done too for me. They could add somebody new. They could add someone new. I miss Monique, but she would never come back. I miss her.
She was lying too, though.
I do miss Monique though. Monique and Candace could have been iconic. I'm mad that that relationship was messed.
Yeah, that child.
Monique and Candace could have been here. They could have got us some good TV.
I wanted to review Housewives of Huntsville. Child, that might not be a bad idea though. Love, Marriage in Huntsville, but I know that we are running out of time.
We are running out of time.
We would have to do another live.
Yes, we do.
I Love and Marriage because I got so much to freaking say.
I gotta watch it, to be honest. I didn't watch last night.
Oh, you didn't watch it? I was
out
about the Expo. But we will.
I'm gonna watch tonight. And we could talk about it.
Yes.
Yes.
But
thank you again for having me back.
Oh, of course. So we gotta pick. I know we gotta pick a day. I know a lot of people have been, coming in and out of the live and joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button for more notifications. Don't forget to share this live with your mailman and your pastor and the pastor's wife and the people at the free clinic. Just go ahead and share this live with everyone, okay? Kenya, you can tell them where to find you.
Once again, my Instagram is Kicking It with Kenya. I think Shay put it underneath. That's my Instagram. That's my Twitter. That is my TikTok. And I'm thinking about getting a thread, y'all. So that's where y'all gonna find me, Kicking It with Kenya. I also have a show over on louisptv.com. And I'm also on a podcast called Mama's Cooking Podcast. So please make sure you tune in to all of the things that I am doing.
Right. And shout out to the replay crew. If you're watching this, you can still go ahead and comment below and let us know what you thought about this live. We touched on a lot of stuff. I probably will chop this live up. I'm not sure, but thank you for joining us. We did good numbers at the Love, Marriage in Huntsville review.
We did.
I think we have to start reviewing that now. We did some.
We have to. We did 1,000 in a week.
Yes.
Whew, that was good.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So get this video up. Get the numbers up on this video. All right. Thank you for joining me.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye.